This year, unfortunately, the Wii U and the 3DS basically lost all first-party support. Nintendo pulled the servers, the eShop's been gone for a while. If you haven't hacked it, you really don't have any support on either of these platforms. And that, I feel like, is kind of a shame. As someone who got their 3DS, the very first 3DS, literally a month before they announced they were closing the eShop, I feel like I missed out on a lot of opportunities. However, as good as they are, sometimes I just want to play on what is most convenient. For me, what's most convenient is the handheld that I'm already carrying around with me, predominantly my Steam Deck. You guys saw the title. You already know that I wanted to see if I could breathe some life back into the Wii U 3DS era of games, but on a modern display. And with the help of a little 3D printing, I did that. Now, let's just be straight up, and before we get too far into this does involve a little bit of tomfoolery, a little bit of jank, but the way I did it allows me to keep the screen orientation that would have been the case if I were to play this on the original hardware. I wanted that top screen, I wanted that bottom screen, I wanted touchscreen capabilities on the bottom, I wanted all that. I chose to use my phone as the bottom screen, though your mileage will vary depending on your phone, and honestly, if you have just a small monitor, maybe something that's used to monitor your camcorder, that probably would be a little bit easier. But hey, we don't come here for easy, we come here for possible, right? So this is what I did. I dove in to the idea by trying to model something on my 3D printer. I'm not that great at modeling yet, but I was able to borrow two different designs that I'll have linked in the description on Thingiverse. One for a Steam Deck belly stand type thing, so you can hold your Steam Deck. The other was a phone mount that was intended to be clipped onto an Xbox controller. With a little bit of Frankensteining, I put those two together in Tinkercad, and I made my own version of this, one that would hold the Steam Deck and then also hold not only my phone, but really any phone because of the way that the clip is designed. Very, very awesome. Shout out to those creators on Thingiverse. Like I said, I'll have those linked below. After I did that, it was time to print. I ran into some issues with printing because I always run into some issues with printing. I persevered, I went through, I tried to print hardware and that would break. Eventually I broke down and I just bought some nuts and bolts from the store. So that's one challenge complete. Now I've got to figure out how I can actually get this picture on both my Steam Deck and on my phone. Try as hard as I can. I wasn't able to do this in game mode. You're going to have to put the Steam Deck in desktop mode to do this, unless one of you knows something that I don't. If you do, please drop that in the comments. I want to know. Otherwise, launch up desktop mode, and it's just as easy as launching Cemu or Citra, separating your displays, and dragging the appropriate display, top screen or bottom screen, to the Steam Deck display and your secondary display. If you're not using a phone, if you're just using an actual small secondary monitor, maybe the type that you see on top of cameras to help monitor video, if that's what you plan on using, you're done. Just plug and play, done already. If you plan on using your phone like I did, it's a little bit more involved. You see, the Steam Deck runs on Linux, and unfortunately, on Linux, you're not able to pretend that there's a second monitor attached to the system unless there actually is one detected. The solution to this is called an HDMI dummy plug. I was able to pick up one on Amazon for like $3. You can get kits of them. I will link the one that I used in the description as well. There's gonna be so many good links down there today. I did that, plugged it in. Then I was able to basically clone that fake secondary display onto my phone using an app whose name I can't remember right now, but I'll put that right here on the bottom of the screen and link it for you guys as well. The cool thing that I found about the particular screen mirroring program that I used is that it also supports touchscreen. It's specifically designed in mind for you graphic designers that want a tablet without having to pay an awful lot for a tablet, so you can use your iPad and your Apple Pencil and you can draw or illustrate on your computer through your iPad. There is a little bit of latency, but honestly, it's not too bad. I don't care that much about the latency because most bottom screens are just menus anyway. So I installed that, Did a little bit of tinkering and tomfoolery to get it to work. My recommendations are to set your second display at the same resolution as the built-in display. That helps out a lot. And then also, I didn't realize this at first when I was testing it, but disable your cursor, because if you don't disable your cursor on the second screen, your first click will move the cursor like wherever you touch, and then you have to touch again to actually click. I want it to be seamless, so if you disable cursor, it's off to the races. You're good to go. I've said off to the races a lot in this video. What is wrong with me? Anyway, did that. Then it was time to test it. Plopped everything together, went to the living room, and just sat on the left seat and played. Shout out to my wife, Wonderfully Mermaid. She got all the footage that you're seeing right now of me playing these games, because I normally would shoot B-roll and things like this on my phone, and my phone was occupied at the moment, and she just pulled out her iPhone and rocked and rolled, and it is so good. So as you can see with the video that she got, touchscreen is working. I tried a couple games. I tried Animal Crossing New Leaf, because it's the only 3DS game that I had on my DS, and it was pretty much flawless. Then I tried Wind Waker HD for the Wii U. I've never played Wind Waker, so I wasn't really sure what it was supposed to look like, but it was great. The menus were super responsive on the bottom. I ran around. Everything felt just as good, if not better, than I would have expected if I were playing it on an actual Wii U. And then, just because I've never played The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild on Wii U, I played it on Switch, I decided to boot that up. That one's not as fun. It does run. What I realized, which is why I didn't play very much of it, is that I guess because it was intended and they knew that they were going to put that on the Switch, there's not a whole lot of like gamepad screen action. Your options are play on TV or touch the screen and play on small screen. And you can see me switching through them there, and then switch back. This doesn't really work for that. But any other Wii U game, maybe something like Mario Kart 8 where you can see the map on the bottom, or I never owned a Wii U. See, this is good for me. I need to figure it out so I can play all these Wii U games. All that functionality is there. All that 3DS functionality is there. Now, if you already own a 3DS or a Wii U, this probably isn't a project for you unless you just like tinkering with this kind of stuff. But if you are in a boat kind of like me and you want to play, if you have a Steam Deck, ROG Ally, whatever it is, you're good to go. Now, if you have an ROG Ally or a Windows-based device, this should be a lot simpler for you. There are a myriad of screen extensions, duplication apps that you can just download on iOS and Android that work with Windows. You wouldn't need any of the little tomfoolery and the HDMI dummy plugs. Probably it should just work for you. If any of you attempt it with a different handheld, share pictures, let me know, send me some video. I'll make a short on it, like highlighting what you did. I want to see what you did. I think it's a really cool idea. If you don't care about my model and having the secondary display on the bottom, there are tons of 3D prints out there that let you mount your phone to the top of your Steam Deck. Go wild. That's the beauty of being a creator and creating cool things around gaming. Go do it. Yeah, so I loved it. Everything played seamlessly. I would 10 out of 10 recommend anyone that is interested in this stuff giving it a try. But let me know what you think down in the comments. I'd love to hear it. Hey, if you don't have any opinions, drop your favorite emoji. That would be super cool. I'd love to see those favorite emojis. Or if you could really, really help out, we're so close to 1,000 subscribers. It would mean a lot to me if you consider subscribing and sharing this video with a friend. Maybe a friend who loves 3DS or Wii U, or maybe you have a friend that missed out on that generation like I did, but they have a Steam Deck, or they've been talking about getting a Steam Deck or something like that. This is the type of video that would interest them. Consider sharing it with them. Love you guys. Thank you guys. Oh, my TV says it's time to get out of here. I'll see you in the next video. Bye.